I'm Ryan O'Doud, and you're listening to Ryan's Audiobooks on the Issues Magazine YouTube channel. Today, we're picking up in Section 7.4, The Chaldean Oracles of Zoroaster, Mind, the Intelligible, Intellectuals. And of the one mind, the intelligible mind, for the mind is not without the intelligible, it exists not without it. These are intellectuals, and the intelligible which being understood, understand. For the intelligible is the ailment of the intelligent. Learn the intelligible, since it exists beyond the mind, and of the mind which moves the ethereal heaven. For the framer of the fiery world is the mind of the mind, you who know certainly the extraordinary, paternal depth. The intelligible is predominant over all section. There is something intelligible which it behooves thee to understand with the flower of the mind. For if thou you seek to understand this former notion, you will understand this also. Yet in this understanding you will not fully comprehend it, for it is a power of completed strength, glittering with intellectual beams. But it behooves not to consider this intelligible with obsession of mind, but with ample flame of the ample mind, which measures all things except this intelligible. But it behooves to understand this. For if you focus your mind on this, you will understand this also, not fixedly, but having a pure turning eye. Extend the empty mind of your soul towards the intelligible, that you may learn the intelligible, for it exists beyond the mind. But every mind understands this God, for the mind is not without the intelligible, neither is the intelligible without the mind. To the intellectual priesters of the intellectual fire, all things by yielding are subservient to the persuasive counsel of the Father. And to understand, and always to remain in a restless whirling, fountains and principles, to turn and always remain in a restless whirling, but insinuating into worlds the venerable name in a sleepless whirling, by reason of the terrible menace of the Father. Under two minds the life-generating fountain of souls is contained, in the Maker, who self-operating framed the world, who sprang out of the first mind, clothing fire with fire, binding them together to mingle. The Great One preserves the flower of his own fire. He glitters with intellectual sections and filled all things with love. Like swarms they are carried, being broken about the bodies of the world, that things not yet created may be fashioned. What the mind speaks, it speaks by understanding. Power is with them. Mind is from her. Thus concludes Section 7.4 of the Chaldean Oracles of Zoroaster, Mind, the Intelligible, Intellectuals. Tomorrow, we will continue with Section 7.5, Yinge's Ideas, Principles. I will see you then. Alam.